Recording.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulil Kareem. Wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu amma ba'd. Last night the dars in the masjid wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, it dropped. So the only hadith that was in the recording that we were supposed to take is the first hadith. We took 3 hadith for the dars last night. We went back to the hadith of Jabir bin Abdullah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, أخرجه البخاري في صحيحه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كل معروف صدقة. That's the hadith that we took the class prior to last night, that every good deed is a charity. Every good deed is a charity. And we said the ulama, they said al-aslu sadaqa, al-aslu sadaqa an yatasaddaq bil mali. The origin of sadaqah is that you give that type of charity with wealth. ولكن المراد كون هنا كما ذكر العلماء أن يتصدق لغيره وأن يتصدق لنفسك, that you give charity both to someone and yourself. Then the next hadith أبي ذر رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تحقرن من المعروف شيئا ولو أن تلقى أخاك بوجه طلق. أخرجه Bukhari wa Muslim. Where the Prophet ﷺ, he said from the hadith of Abi Dhar, don't belittle, do not belittle, do not make anything insignificant from the things that are good. Ma'ruf here means good things, things of goodness, things of excellence, things of ta'at, things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he loves. So this was the hadith of Abi Dhar, and the Prophet ﷺ, he said, even if it be that you meet your brother and you greet him or show him a pleasant face. So that was the hadith of Abi Dhar. Then we said that the Shaikh, he said wa anhu, meaning the next hadith is Abi Dhar as well, where he said إذا tabakhta marqan, if you make some broth or soup, اكثر ماءها وتعاها لجيرانك وتعاها جيرانك كما قال أخرجه Muslim. He said if you make some broth, if you make some soup, then add to it some water so that you can, in other words, stretch it and have more and give to your neighbor. Those were the 3 hadith that we reviewed, and then we took the hadith of Abi Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من نفس عن مؤمن كربة من كربة الدنيا نفس الله عنه كربة من كربة يوم القيامة ومن يسر مؤسرا يسر الله عليه في الدنيا والآخرة ومن ستر مسلما ستر الله عليه في الدنيا والآخرة والله في عون عبده ما كان عبده في عون أخيه ما كان عبده في عون ماذا أخيه. Now, and this was the hadith of Abu Hurairah, where he said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever relieves the believer of a distress or worry or grief from the griefs and distress of the worldly life and this life that we live, then Allah will remove a grief, a worry from him from the griefs on the day of judgment. And whoever makes ease for the one in hardship, then Allah will make ease for him on the day of judgment in this life and in the hereafter. And whosoever covers the Muslim faults, then Allah will cover his fault in this life and the hereafter. Allah will be with his servant, so as long as his servant is helping with his needs of his brother, Allah will not abandon. Allah will be with the servant, the person, so as long as the person helps his brother. This was the hadith where the recording cut off. We had two more hadith of Abi Mas'ud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, which this is hadith number 30, and that was hadith 29, hadith Abi Hurairah from Kitaabul Jaami, Bab al-Bir wa-Sillah. So the chapter of family ties and relations. So the hadith of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, where the recording dropped, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من دل على خير فله مثل أجر فاعله أخرجه Muslim. Whosoever leads or guides or directs someone to do any good, then he will have the like reward of the one who did that good. And this hadith is in the Sahih of Muslim as well. The ulama, they said this hadith encourages a person to direct people to good, and it also shows the principle al-jaza'u min jinsil amal, that the reward will be the same as the action that you do. As we say, you reap what you sow, or as we say, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So if you lead someone, direct someone, aid someone with good, then not only will that person have the good that he does for himself, but you earn the reward of the one who does the action because you directed them to that action. Similarly, the Prophet he said, وَمَنْ سُنَّ سُنَّةٍ سَيِّئَةٍ. And here sunnah doesn't mean there's a religious sunnah that's bad and a good sunnah that's good. No, here sunnah means a way. The literal meaning of sunnah here means tariqa, أو يعني شيء من يعني عادات الناس, the ways or customs of the people. So just as the Prophet said in this hadith, whoever leads someone to good, he will have the like or similar reward to the one who did the action himself. Then if you guide or you lead or you encourage someone to do wrong, then in that hadith in Muslim, the Prophet said you will have a share of that sin without the person who did the sin himself having his sin removed. You will share in that because of the accomplice or the association with that action. That was the hadith of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. Then the last hadith is the hadith of Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, قال Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, من استعاذكم بالله فعيذوه ومن سألك بالله ومن سألك بالله فأعطوه ومن أتى إليكم بالمعروف فكافئوه فإن لم تجدوا فادعوا له أخرجه البيهقي. Where the Prophet ﷺ, he said, if a person seeks shelter or refuge with you from some harm or evil or something that will cause him problem, then give him refuge. If he seeks refuge in you by Allah, meaning here that it's his right or that he is asking you to do it, that Allah will bless you in return, then do it. Give him refuge. And if a person comes to you and he asks you by Allah, meaning that it's his right, that which he's asking you must give him, then give him. And if a person brings to you anything and he's seeking something of good, try to deliver that and facilitate for him. And if you can't find a way, then make dua for him at least. And this is the hadith collected by Imam al-Bayhaqi. Al-Imam Shaykh Abdul Muhsin, who's from the scholars of Hadith in the Prophet's Masjid, he said that although Shaykh al-Islam Hafiz ibn Hajar, he brought this hadith from the Sunnah of Imam Bayhaqi, this hadith also comes in the Sunnah of Abi Dawood and in the Sunnah of Imam Nasa'i. And the correct way, not to say bad about Shaykh al-Islam, but normally when you mention the hadith, you should mention it from the highest grade or the books that are the strongest verse rather than the latter. So Bayhaqi is not from the 6 books of Sunnah. 6 books: Imam al-Bukhari, ثم Imam Muslim, ثم Abi Dawood ثالثا, ثم الترمذي لا نعم ثم البخاري ثم مسلم ثم ماذا سنن أبي داود نعم ثم الترمذي ثم النسائي وابن ماجه. So the fact that the Shaykh he mentioned أخرجه Bayhaqi is true, it's in Bayhaqi, but it is stronger and it is more proper to bring it. It should have been said أخرجه أبي داود نسائي والبيهقي, but the Shaykh only mentioned Bayhaqi, which la bas, there's no problem, but for the sake of amanat al-ilmiya, the responsibility of knowledge, the Shaykh Abdul Muhsin in its explanation highlighted that it is also in the Sunnah of Abi Dawood and in the Sunnah of Imam al-Nasa'i, in addition to the collection of Imam al-Bayhaqi. This hadith also shows if you can't facilitate something for a person, don't leave them empty-handed. Don't turn them away without anything. At least make dua for them. And this is the end of Kitab Jaami, Bab al-Birr wa Sunnah, the 2nd chapter, and the next chapter is Bab al-Zuhud wal-Wara', the chapter of taking what you need only from this life and avoiding that which will put you into hellfire. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا والحمد لله رب العالمين. جزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Recording. Finish.